Right now, I have to stop saying.
Oh, hi, I can say slut.
It's my new favorite. I love it. He's Craig. I'm Owen. John's here. This is the Stars pregame show. We're back in the studio after and we're live this time, not a pre-record like we did yesterday, although Cosm was a blast and well worth it. So much fun with all the diehards that came out and hung out with us for the game last night. Let's talk about the game last night. Let's talk about the game tonight. Stars and Flames starting right now here on DLLS.
Get ready, boys.
Well, it's not easy because they had to play last night, travel about 300 kilometers south and play a team that didn't have to play last night. But that's the job of the NHL, a back-to-back after beating the Edmonton Oilers last night up at Rogers Place. The Dallasstars are back in action tonight for their 72nd game of the regular season against the Calgary Flames at the Scotiabank Saddledome. Alongside Craig Ludwig and our producer, John Andersen, I'm Owen Newkirk. Thanks for joining us tonight as we get you ready for tonight's puck drop out in at least Canadian Cowtown. Because, you know, American is just down the road in Fort Worth. So you can't just call it Cowtown. You have to be a little more specific. Lads, the lineup news for tonight is not all that surprising on two fronts. Casey DeSmith will get the starting goal for the Stars. We kind of guessed it, anticipated all that. He's been really good in really tough situations. Not a surprise, but the other lineup news was Maverick Bourque is back in after being healthy scratch. Perhaps, as Pete DeBoer said today, a little longer than they thought because of how good their fourth line has been. He's in, and Colin Blackwell comes out.
Yeah, I think injecting a couple guys, especially Casey, they know that he plays well behind all those guys, and you know, with Maverick in there, I think you get a little more jump in their lineup now too, and so we'll see how that adds up. I would think that the whole back-to-back thing is a real thing, right? But I think the way that the game unfolded last night, they know that they need to tighten up some things, and I'm expecting them to have what doesn't look like a tired team tonight. I'm expecting them to have some more jump in their game, a little more directness, pucks getting in deep, and not the turnovers at the offensive blue line. And you know, they have that. They're in that pocket right now. I mean, we talk about the 15, 20 games or so. Right now, they're not heading in the direction that you want them or you like them to be heading in when you've only got 10, 11 games to go before the playoffs start.
Jake Ottinger last night made 41 saves on 44 shots. His last three starts, he's won them all. 3-0. Stars are on a 3-game winning streak. He has a 1.67 goals against average, one shutout, which was against Minnesota, and a .950 save percentage. Only 5 goals against during those 3 games, and 3 of them came in the third period against the Oilers last night. Is this, if not a statement of I'm back, I'm well on the way to being where you want Jake Ottinger to be?
Yeah, and some of those saves that he had to make last night, especially in the first period again, which is an area that they've got to clean up. They've got to get off to better starts for their goaltenders, for the group in general. But Jake just looks to what we expect him to look like right now. And he's out in front of things. It's like he's sitting there waiting on pucks, even pucks that are going laterally from one side of the ice to the other. He reads them well right now. He's making a couple acrobatic saves that he shouldn't have to make. So it's up to the guys in front of him, not really just him, but in front of the goaltenders now, Casey being that guy tonight, where you shouldn't have to make some of those saves.
Now, let's take a look at somebody else who had a nice night last night. Then we're going to talk about Jason Robertson, I promise. Thomas Harley had 2 assists last evening. He recorded his 99th and his 100th career NHL points, both against the Oilers, and he did so 12 games shy of his 200th career NHL game. So he's a little above a half a point a game average for his young NHL career. But take a look at what he has done since Miro Heiskanen's injury. He has 24 points in 21 games. Miro got hurt on the 28th. The next game was on the 31st. That was New Year's Eve against the Buffalo Sabres. Or sorry, that's not New Year's Eve. That was a month before. I'm completely wrong. Disregard what I just said. Strike that from the record, John. But look at that. 21 games played, 24 points, 8 goals, 1 in overtime, couple game winners. The points per game looks great. But to me, Luds, as much as I like the offensive production, look at the minutes that Harley's playing and eating up in the absence of Heiskanen.
And they both him and Heiskanen make those minutes look like nothing.
Yeah.
And it's because of the way they skate, the game that they play. They don't necessarily play a pounding physical kind of game where it takes a little bit more out of you. They do their work and they defend generally, especially Miro does. But Thomas in the same kind of vein as he does it with his legs. I mean, he skates. Thomas is a little bit different as far as in the D zone. Harley will make that direct pass. I mean, he finds outlets and he makes the pass right away. Where with Miro, he skates it out a lot of times. We talk about that all the time. But I think ever since the Four Nations deal and when Harley went there, he has been. If it wasn't for Robo, what he's been doing, I would say that Harley's been the best player for the Stars, most consistent one night after night.
I have a hard time arguing that. Take a look at where those numbers rank in the NHL amongst blue liners. Look at that. Only Cale Makar has more points, goals, assists, points per game than Harley from the time Miro was hurt until now. That is a astonishingly good record. It means he's been almost equal to the hands down best offensive defenseman in the NHL, right? Cale Makar is number one. Nobody really argues that point right now. And he is almost stride for stride with him over the last 2 months.
Yeah, it's pretty good company. And when you mention Heiskanen, he stepped in because of Miro's injury. He stepped into the Four Nations because of Makar being sick and getting an opportunity to play. So 2 of the top 4 or 5 defensemen in the league have kind of led to what we're seeing as some kind of a coming out party. And we keep going back to the power play. It's changed a little bit with Harley on the blue line on the power play because he's more of a shooter than anybody else that they have out there.
Well, it has done wonders for them on the power play with Jason Robertson, Roope Hintz, Mikko Rantanen is starting to look a little bit better. And it led to a hat-trick performance last night on the natural variety because Jason Robertson scored 3 straight goals, and he did it in the same period. Now, a natural hat-trick doesn't have to be in one period, but in this case, it was for Robo. Luds, let's go through them real quick. His first one was the Stars' second goal. Wyatt Johnston scored in the first period. Mikko Rantanen got knocked down as he was trying to make a play in the left circle. But even as he was taking that hit, and I don't even think he was still on his feet. I think he might have been seated at this point. He's still able to have the body control to roll and move the puck. And then the area pass that Roope Hintz made to Robo, both plays were different, but I thought a very equal degree of difficulty.
Yeah, it's almost like they're kind of getting on the same page a little bit, and I think the coach is trying to not force him into it, but let's get used to each other here because this is the look that we want to come along with. And it's funny because in that game last night with all the way that all that stuff unfolded, Hintz ends up having 3 assists, Robo has 3 goals, and Mikko's only got 1 point. You know? So, and you can see that there's that's where I think it's a little bit more difficult still for Rantanen because those 2 guys are connected. And I think Rantanen's trying to figure out how to fit in with those 2.
And good example of that, the next 2 goals on this hat-trick pursuit, because the second one, Robo was in the box. He didn't like the call. He didn't think it was a penalty. Well, it worked out well because he comes out of the box and Hintz makes a really nice chip pass off the boards. Robo takes it, goes off on a 2-on-1 with Rantanen, but that draws the defender to the middle. Robo shoots. Great decision to do so. Not great from Stuart Skinner, though.
Yeah, that was a poor goal. But I don't think Robo's ever met a shot that he doesn't like and doesn't want to take. I mean, he's a shooter first, and you would think Rantanen over there, like, come on, guys, include me in a couple of these. I need to get some points on the board. But no, it was the same kind of goal that we see he uses in the shootout. Like he just has that ability. He keeps the puck in one spot, and he's able to read, and he's got that quick release. And I think it surprised him because the way that Skinner goes down with his head down, he knew that was a bad goal.
Yeah, and he slumped his shoulders. He felt shame. But he wasn't done, was he? Because Robertson scored on a 5-on-3 power play that was first played by Hintz back to Harley. Harley stepped up and led it. I had to go back and watch it this morning because Cosm was fun.
Did you see this?
I saw that,
Yeah.
and I saw that this was not a shot that just got tipped in. This was he was shooting for the stick for the redirection. He was shooting wide of the right post. Robertson, you describe it, making himself available.
Robo, as soon as he came out of the pile right near the faceoff dot to the right of the goaltender, so he's going to the net on his backhand. He put his stick down on the ice right away, and he kept it there the whole way, and he showed it to him, and they made that eye contact. Harley, as he does on the power play a lot of times, he sees the lane. He sees the seam, and he allows Robo to get far enough away from any players from behind him, and there's that lane, and it's a perfect redirect, and it's a perfect play from both players.
It is, and Harley deserved more credit in my brain after I watched it back today, because at Cosm it was fun. He scored. We were all cheered, but we're all talking with our diehard friends. And so I didn't really see, at first I thought Harley shot it and it just deflected in. Then I thought, okay, somebody had a tip. Then when I really went and scrutinized, you realize he did it on purpose. He saw it. Both the recognition that Robertson was available, Robo's, as you said, showing him, I am available. And then the fact that they were able to execute that completed the hat trick. Hintz got an assist, so he had 3 assists. Robo almost scored again. He got in behind the D, one-on-one with Skinner, and I don't know if you saw this again when you went back. He tried to beat him right beneath the heel of the stick, 5-hole, goes to the bench, he's looking at the iPad, and he looks and goes, oh, I missed. I had him.
Yeah. Well, it's just a matter of that much, right? Yeah,
Yep.
And that's how perfect these guys are. And I just want to say about that play from Harley, that's not just a one-off. They practice this every day. You know, they get out there and they work power play stuff, but it's a lot of times it's what forwards do is they want to get in the hash mark area along the wall. They pass a puck out to a D-man standing on the blue line, and they take off to the net, and they give them that shot. They give them that lane. They give them that stick so that – and you can't shoot that puck too early because you can't direct it at the net. It's a timing play, and you've got to allow that forward to get almost to the hash marks on the inside of the ice there before you're going to give him that pass, so that he's got some kind of a lane and you can actually just redirect that puck, which was the perfect play again.
Just before Miro's injury, Miro was hurt on the 28th of January, from the 24th of January to March 26th. So essentially 60 days or so, 2 months. The Stars have the best record in the NHL. In 24 games, they are 17-4-3, 37 points. That's a 771 point percentage. Winnipeg Jets have played 1 fewer game and have 2 fewer points. They are at the second best record at 761. But look who's driving this success. We've been talking about, the Stars have been kind of up and down, disappointing, not playing their best playoff style hockey, and they simply have the best record of 32 teams in the NHL over a 2-month span. But this is where their individual numbers are also piling up. We talked about Robertson's hat trick, Hintz with 3 assists, Harley and Johnston all driving the play. Matt Duchene has been great. Well, take a look at the full standings in the last couple of months as we look at goals. Nobody has more goals in the NHL than Jason Robertson since that January 24th date. Wyatt Johnston is number 2. Nobody else has more than he does except for Robo. Third place is behind him. That's Draisaitl and a few others at 14. They are leading the NHL in that. Then look at assists. Hintz, first in assists. Duchene and Harley down there in the top 25. And then look at Roope Hintz leading the league in points, more than Nate McKinnon by 1. They have 5 players in the top 25 Leds right now.
And we're complaining they're not playing well.
Precisely. Exactly. The other day we were saying I didn't think Hintz was playing very well. But
what you're saying here is you're looking at the same guys on this.
Yes.
You know, and what makes that a little bit easier when you're playing against your opponent, especially when you get into the playoffs, and then there's going to be that home ice advantage. And so let's just say that they start at home. That's nice, but you got 3 games on the road of the 7 that you're probably going to be able to face and match up against them, and they can take them away, which is why it's so important to get the rest of the group at least 2 more lines going. And again, that brings me back to Tyler Seguin, so to speak. Like, we hope Tyler gets in there, gets a couple games, and then maybe the Marchment, Duchene, Seguin chemistry starts like that. I doubt it, but regardless, it just makes more of a matchup problem is what you're looking for. And that's exactly what Pete DeBoer, I would believe, is hoping for, is that, this 3, again, I say 3 because Rantanen's there, but he's still not part
That's
of
okay.
it.
He will eventually.
I'm hoping so.
I am too.
I mean, we're hoping that he comes along because, in the last 3 teams this year, he's got 71 games played.
Yep.
29 goals, 47 assists, 76 points.
Pretty good.
So he's more than a point a game.
That's right.
Now, that's not with this team so much. It's
No.
with, the Colorado, a lot of things started there. But when you get inside this stuff and you look, Rantanen's not shooting the puck as much as he did before. And so I'm wondering if he's trying to defer the same thing, where I think he needs to get out and kind of be a robo type and get some pucks.
And they're
up to the
really
net.
trying to get this line clicking. And I think that's good because they have time to do it and they're still getting results. But I do wonder, Luds, will we see when Sagan comes back? Sagan goes with Marchment and Marchment and Duchesne. Do they put Rantanen with Johnston and Ben and Granlund up with Hintz and Roberts? It's a good problem to have because that is a boatload of talent.
That's what I would do. And only because now, and you're kind of hoping the chemistry comes back with Tyler, right? And I don't mean chemistry, I mean his legs and everything else.
If he can play the way we've seen him play, where he had 20 points in 19 games.
Yeah, but
we know the chemistry's there.
Yeah, that I think that's putting a little pressure on him.
It is.
Which is fine. He'll put it on himself. But again, when you do that, now hopefully what you have is you have 2 pairs on every line. I mean, if you had Rantanen and Wyatt together, and then you have Robo and Hintz, and then you'd have Duchesne and Marchment with Tyler coming along in there.
It's an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Up next, let's talk about the Calgary Flames, the team the Stars are playing tonight in Calgary, right here on the DLS Stars pregame show. Let's talk about Sleeper, the best fantasy league platform out there. Put your ball or puck knowledge to the test by picking whether your favorite or least favorite players will have more or less than their projected stats each week. We're going to show you a video in a minute. John's going to make his picks. He hit last night. Let's see if he can make it 2 in a row. With Sleeper, the more picks you combine, the more you can win, all the way up to 100 times your money. Sleeper keeps you in the loop with instant alerts for breaking news, major injuries. Stay ahead of the game and keep track of league updates in real time so you're always informed and ready to outsmart your friends. If you think you have what it takes, new users can download the Sleeper app and use the code DLLSSTARS to get $55 in free entries when you place a $5 contest. Apply it to any contest, doesn't have to be your first. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. Check out Sleeper today. Now, here's John.
And after last night's winners, anybody who donated, rode with me on that Sleeper ticket there and donated them as a super chat to help buy Sam's new appendix, we greatly appreciate it. And I'm looking Sam in the eye right now. We're going to bring him in during next segment. So Sam gets to look at me as I deliver yet another winner when he has been incapable of doing so.
Eye contact, Sam. Look at John.
So we're going to ride a few of the Stars' trends lately. Jason Robertson with the hat trick last night. I'm going to take him to record more than 0.5 goals tonight against the Flames. And the Moose is loose. Some may say a little too loose. Mikko Rantanen less than 0.5 goals tonight. Thomas Harley's been slinging them at the net. Let's take Harley to record more than 2.5 shots on goal. And we're going with 4 on this entry here, guys. And it's the one that I've been riding as of late. Esa Lindell less than 2.5 block shots. We're taking it again. $10 nets you $102.40.
10.24 times your entry. How about that? All right. Well, thank you, John. Let's welcome in the third member of our 4+1. That'd be John, a 5-member quintet.
Minus one appendix.
He's a little lighter today, but he's there. It's our own Sam Nestler. Hi, Sam. How you doing, Mr. I don't have an appendix anymore?
What's up, boys? I meant to look up how much an appendix weighs because I was going to make the joke that I feel blank pounds lighter today, and then I didn't. So that joke just isn't going to land.
You're still feeling the effects of the post-surgical meds, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. Well, if not a good time, you get to watch college hockey NCAA tournament today and hang out and feel a little bit better. Pretty wild last 48 hours or so for you.
Yeah, it was a fun time. I was getting ready to I left morning skate, was getting ready to go to that game at home on whatever day that was, Tuesday, Monday. And then things changed a little quickly. So, but we're back. We're getting ready to get back and watch another game tonight. I missed out last night, boys. I saw some funny videos. It looked like a good time.
If you'd have been there last night, not only would you be missing an appendix, your liver would have fell out this morning too. So,
well, what if he tied it together with the charity dinner we had the night before?
oh,
He'd
that's
been in
true. Forgot about
really
that. Yeah,
bad shape.
yeah,
Would've
you'd
been in
be
trouble.
back in there. I'm noticing a little artwork. I don't know if that's a little new artwork behind you. Did you steal the picture out of the hospital on your way out the door, or what?
Yeah, I was embarrassed. The hospital room had more art than my apartment, so I just slid a couple of them in my backpack, and they didn't notice on my way out.
Look at that.
Unfortunately, Sam, when John puts you on that solo shot, it now looks like it's just on a piece of paper. It looked bigger when you were on the smaller screen. Now it's just a little bit bigger than your head. Well, Sam, we're happy to hear that you're out of the hospital and maybe you're coming back to actually work here someday soon.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe one day.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath, but we are looking forward to that day.
How was the hospital plumbing?
It was good.
We're doing
good.
plumbing reviews with Sam, like pizza reviews.
Yeah, it was good. I was very blessed. I actually had a surprise visit from our boy Robert Tiffin, who showed up. I thought he was a nurse because I was pretty deep into morphine when he walked in the room. But
he's got male nurse energy.
Yeah, he does.
John Shapiro's book to read to kill some time while I was in there. So it was a very nice visit from our pal.
Did you get a chance? Because I know that you were first thinking you were isolating, then you found out it was your appendix, then you went into the hospital and had your procedure. So did you get a chance to see our cold open from Tuesday with the slutty milkshake?
No, I did.
Oh,
I keep
my goodness.
I keep hearing those.
I can't wait for you to watch the cold open from Tuesday. When you get a chance, it's a minute and a half, something like this. And I was crying. We hadn't even started the title screen for our show that day. And Sean and I were both in tears.
Slutty milkshakes.
And it's also because John
Unlimited.
hit the drops at like the perfect time too.
Oh, he always does.
Well, get some rest.
Facts.
Feel better. Your seat is still over against the wall. So when you come back, it'll still be there for you to drag it back over into the shot.
Appreciate it. I think tonight the Stars should get a big lead, and then maybe they should not let them come all the way back and almost tie it. I think that's.
Do you believe they're going to crush these guys tonight, Sam?
That's just tonight. I believe they're going to crush these guys. Casey DeSmith, 31 saves. Stars win 4-1.
They're all wearing wristbands. They say, "Do it for Sam tonight." I heard.
I figured.
I
they
mean,
should wear
Burn
those.
Doyle's already put a plunger emoji in the chat.
He's back.
Yep.
There, get that one. He's back. What?
In all jokes aside, I had so many people reach out, diehards, fans, and everything like that. So really appreciate you guys a lot. It helped a lot because it was chaotic.
Was anybody live streaming or anything there or an event last night that you could have seen or no?
I mean, we put some videos up, but I don't know if anybody was live streaming it.
Well, somebody should have been doing that for Sam, so we can at least feel like it was.
Look at this.
Watched.
Harley says the average weight of a human appendix is 6.43 grams. So there you go, Sam. You are 6 and almost a half grams lighter.
I can feel it. I feel like I'm flying around.
Did you see the Burned Oils photo they put in the Discord that we posted on our show last night?
I don't think so.
He's
I
been
don't
on
know
morphine
It's a
for
photo-
48 hours. He has no
Sam,
clue.
it's a Photoshop of you in the hospital before your surgery holding a baby John Andersen.
Oh, great.
What?
It's creepy.
I didn't see that either.
We'll show it to you later. Sam, feel better. Maybe we'll get another 2 points tonight to keep the mood high.
All right, I hope so. Enjoy the game, boys. Have a good show.
Thanks, Sam.
Nothing like a 2 in honor of Sam.
Well, let's show the Calgary Flames lines and Stars stuff real quick. So let's go to Stars lines as we roll through these, John, very briefly.
According to Mike Heika, by the way, Dodonov and Bork are flipped on this.
Okay, so Dodonov is going to be with Johnston and Ben, with Steele and Oscar Beck, and then Bork will be up with Johnston and Ben.
That makes more sense.
You like that better?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I like his speed. I mean, I think playmaking ability. Nothing against Dodonov. I just think that, He's been playing. He deserves to be up there. The way that he was playing before he came out of the lineup, I thought he was playing great.
And then defense, no changes. Casey DeSmith gets the start in net. He's been great. Hopefully he can give them another good effort. Now let's look at the Calgary Flames. And Calgary is getting some good stuff from Nazem Kadri right now. Jonathan Huberdeau. Coronado's been playing pretty well. But they get Michael Backlund back tonight. And Ryan Huska, the Flames head coach, said that is a huge thing for them.
Yeah, they're bottom 3 in the West in scoring goals.
Yeah.
They've only got 186 goals scored. Their plus minus is a -20. So they're an offensively riddled team. So they've
challenged.
They've only scored in their last 20 games. There's only been 3 times that they've scored 3 goals or more, or I should say more than 3 goals. So they're not scoring a lot of goals. They're actually, and also they've got a lot of threes in here. I just started thinking about. They've won 4 games in a row coming into this. So they've won 4 games in a row this year, 3 times.
Really?
And they've never won the 5th game.
Let's hope that
It's
continues.
all setting
I like
up
it. I like that.
for this game.
Luds, they are on this 4-game winning streak following a rough patch to start March where they were 2-4-3, which almost doomed them for a chance at a wild card spot. But they do. They have games in hand on the St. Louis Blues, who have, by the way, won 7 in a row.
They're a wagon right now. They're a team that looks like anybody who would play them in the first round, regardless of who it's going to be, you could have your hands full.
I've also said I really like Dustin Wolf, Rookie of the Year candidate. Has been a great find for them and obviously a huge prospect. But Luds, Calgary will give up goals. 24 goals against in their last 7. That's 3.43 goals against average as a team. Wolf has allowed 3 or more goals against in 5 straight starts, which is 17 total goals against since he shut out the Canadiens on March 8th.
Yeah, they don't score goals and they give up too many. That's
a tough recipe.
That's a hard way to go about it. And and Wolf is probably a bigger reason why at least they're close. At least they're hanging around games. So this is a good opportunity. I think playing this team tonight and the way things are going, in Dallas, you expect them to put up 3-4 goals, and that might be the number that you need to beat these guys tonight.
I was going to ask you about the energy disadvantage. They played last night. It's not a long trip from Edmonton to Calgary, but they still had to travel. Flames played 2 nights ago. They had the night off last night. Now they play as the fresher team, except it was brought up, I heard listening to Pete Scrum this afternoon, that the Stars have a 7-2 record on the second night of back-to-backs this season. That is incredibly good.
Yeah. Well, and why?
Casey DeSmith?
You got it. So we need that same effort for him and a little bit more from the guys in front of him.
When you look at the special teams, that was one thing I wanted to bring up to you about the Flames. They are okay, 22% in their last 11 games on the power play. They're 21% for the season, which is 18th. But their penalty kill, Luds, is 27th in the league for the year at 74.4%. They have given up 5 in their last 7 games at a 68.8%.
You know where a lot of that comes from? They're the worst face-off team in the league. They don't win face-offs. You're killing a penalty. You're doing a lot of face-offs in your own zone. Puck starts generally with power play.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
What is
What are
that?
we doing here?
Is that a beer
Somebody's,
tower?
What do we got going on here, Timbo?
We've got a solo cup for you, sir. Can I grab your mic?
Yeah, I usually like it over here.
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk on the mic anyway. Bobby.
Here I am. This beer tower is courtesy of our friends at Happiest Hour.
Oh, where I don't get to go.
No,
Yeah.
guess what? You get to Luds gets to do a read tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Saturday. You're going to get to do the Happiest Hour read on Saturday.
Oh, let's go.
When we do the Kraken game, it's up for our
Let's
next
go.
one.
Yeah, we
and
also
you're gonna
got
get to
some
do
we
it.
got some jalapeno poppers up there. We got some
Oh.
fried pickles up
Fill
there.
me up, sir, please.
Yeah. So anyway, just wanted to share in the delights with some of y'all with y'all
Jalapeno
before the
poppers,
game
Luds.
starts.
Hold on, guys. Don't go anywhere because we have a we have a super chat from the beginning of our pregame show.
Bing bang.
So you guys have been to Cosm. Bobby, you were there. Thank you, sir. Cheers to that, Luds. Cheers.
Actually, it tastes like Miller Lite. What is it? Not that I care. I need a Miller Lite.
So hold on. Don't go anywhere. Burned Oils. We were at Cosm last night. You guys did it in February for the Mavs trip. And Burned Oils with a little Brendan Smith and Eric Lindros. It says, I hope Luds returned that orange cone. John, can you, I don't.
No, it was in the middle of the living room this morning.
So he didn't. John, is there any way you can pull that up and show everybody what orange cone you're talking
it's not
about?
On this computer.
Oh.
I mean, I saw it last night.
Did you see the picture?
I saw the picture, yeah. I heard the video.
He wore it. It wasn't. Oh, it wasn't Slack because Katya sent it to us. It was you starting the.
On the postgame?
Yeah.
You don't remember the video?
With the cone on his head.
Coming up on DLLS.
Well, that was walking outside. Yeah, I was doing a little promoting.
He was doing that.
It was great. It was fantastic.
Was it then the hangout? Yes. Oh, it was this.
Thanks,
Let's.
guys.
I love it. Stars game. Victory Plus. It's and by the way, Victory Plus is giving away.
I can say slut.
Oh no, I called him out on it.
Did you catch him?
Yeah.
So it isn't just
It's
He
not
he
just
dropped
you.
the hard F. That's
And
fine.
by the way, he's the head of content. He's management.
that
Well, your
that
microphone's
means,
not even
that
close.
means I get one. I
They
think,
can't
right?
hear you anyway.
Lud, you get if he can say it, then you can say it.
No, I'm not going there.
I'm giving you permission right now.
I'm turning over a new leaf.
You're not cussing anymore.
No, I'm not
Did you-
cussing anymore.
Did you happen to see that Victory Plus is giving away money tonight?
For what?
They are.
Are we
I
not?
gave away
are we
money
still
during
on
our
the air?
Super
Or are
Yes.
you guys
No,
kicking me
for
here?
real. Victory Plus is giving away $1,000 to somebody who's streaming for every minute of tonight's broadcast. And
Wait, what?
it's a promotion. They're giving
Every
away
minute?
every minute, $1,000 a minute, and they're going to scroll it on the screen. So while we watch, we're going to be looking for our names. I'll have mine signed in. You have yours signed in on your laptop. We'll have it on the TVs. Maybe we'll win $1,000
Well, how do they know our name? Like,
because you have to log in. It's computers.
Because you signed up.
Oh, who's gonna
If
do that
they
for
get
me?
to 200,000 viewers, streamers, they will double it to $2,000 per person that wins. So go sign on to Victory
Every
Plus.
minute?
Every minute. How about that? Sign up.
Don't be asking me anything.
Get
about
in
posting.
there. Victory Plus, Stars and Flames. And we will be here in our studio with a few bubbles and maybe some jalapeno poppers for the post-game show after tonight's hockey game.
I believe that they are going to crush these guys tonight. Slutty milkshakes.
We all silly like the mayor.